If the sun suddenly blinked out of existence, you would have nothing to worry about, for the first 8 minutes anyway. After that, all hell will likely break loose. Still, it wouldn't be the instantaneous end of life on Earth that you might think. The sun is about 333,000 times the mass of Earth and produces the same amount of energy as 100 billion hydrogen bombs every second. Its giant makes the sun the dominant gravitational force in the solar system that locks all the 8 planets into elliptical orbits. At the same time, the sun's enormous energy heats our planet just enough so that the Earth's surface is the right temperature for liquid water, the catalyst for life. But what would happen if we lost the sun? What would we feel and see if all of a sudden it just went poof? This is Curious Nerve and we'll be dealing with that problem today. So, after that though, Earth still wouldn't be snuffed out. Electricity would still work and it would still take up to an hour for the light from our planets to be reflected back to Earth, so there would be a peaceful glow in the sky. With no sunlight, photosynthesis would stop, but that would only kill some of the plants. There are some larger trees that can survive for decades without it. Within a few days, however, the temperatures would begin to drop and any humans left on the planet's surface would die soon after. Within 2 months, the ocean surface would freeze over, but it would take another 1,000 years for our seas to freeze solid. By then, however, the atmosphere would collapse, radiation would seep in, and Earth would be an inhospitable wasteland drifting aimlessly through space. For example, when Jupiter is closest to Earth, it's about 33 light minutes away, which means we could continue to see the giant planet for over an hour, the time it would take for the residual light to reach Jupiter and reflect back to Earth after the sun was gone. Without sunlight, photosynthesis, the process by which all the plants generate the food, would stop the second the sunlight went out in our sky. Most small plants would die within a matter of days, but that's not what we should be worried about. Earth's average surface temperature would drop to 32 degrees Fahrenheit after the first week and then to negative 150 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of the first year. All the while, Earth's oceans would grow even colder, eventually freezing over, transforming Earth into an ice world. But just like the deep lakes in water, only the surface would freeze, leaving a liquid ocean underneath. If any humans survived this extreme transformation, their only refuge would be near geothermal vents on the ocean floor. These vents emit heat that wells up from the center of the Earth. This way of life would be miserably dark and lonely, and it is difficult to know whether humans would last long under these conditions. On the other hand, the animals that live around these vents today would continue surviving for billions of years after the sun vanished. That's because these animals don't need the sun to live. Instead, they get their food and energy from the heat coming out of these geothermal vents. Therefore, most but not all the life would be extinguished from our planet without the sun. These geothermal-loving organisms would last for billions of years after the sun vanished and after all other life froze into extinction. Right now, Earth is orbiting the sun at a blazing speed of 67,000 miles per hour. If the sun vanished, its gravitational pull would be gone, but Earth's speed would still remain the same. As long as Earth didn't collide with any other planets, asteroids or comets, it would only take about 377,000 years for it to traverse 4.3 light years, the distance to the nearest star Alpha Centauri. And after 1 billion years, Earth would have traveled 100,000 years or the length of the entire Milky Way galaxy. Who's to say our tiny little planet wouldn't get picked up and pulled into orbit by another star or perhaps a black hole? The Milky Way harbors an estimated 100 billion stars and as many as a billion black holes. Whatever the outcome, Earth's future after no sun would be an exciting adventure across the cosmos.